Ooh. There we go. Oh, dark there. What happens if we do this? Wait, what? Did that work? Am I better now? Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm trying to deal with the lighting situation right now because I do not have lots of light coming from my mirror at this moment, but we'll deal with it. So we can get this up a little bit. Okay. All right, cool. Well, welcome to the Sunday Live. Again, these are unplanned, so I don't really ever know what to do with these things until like the day before or the day of. So today I figured we'd look at all of the corsets that I have accumulated over the years. I've already done my makeup, so I'm not going to bore you with that. And while I show you everything, we'll just have a chat. Weekly roundup. I don't know. I've got, well, I mean, like, how's everybody's weekend been so far? We did last night a role-playing campaign, which was like a 5-hour campaign, which is long for us. We we got a character back who had been missing the past couple of sessions, and like all the other characters were resting. He was the only one that was awake, and he's an ogre, so he off and caused a bunch of trouble, and then it ended with this ghost elf like being attracted to my character. So it was a very interesting night, to say the least. But also delicious. We got our smoker working again, and we're able to smoke a pork butt and some sausage and some jalapenos, and it turned out really good. And it made some mac and cheese and desserts, and all those recipes I'm going to post up on YouTube so you guys can take a look. But in the meantime, let's talk about corsets. And we're going to start with I have a pile of them on the floor right here. And we're just going to start with the first one on the pile, and we're going to try all this shit on for you. Because I know that trying corsets on is like super interesting for you guys. Hopefully the conversation will keep me around. Okay. So this first one is, if you follow me on TikTok, you've probably seen it. It's the one that I wear with the pirate costume. It's got these cool, like kind of steampunky kind of clasps here in the front. This particular corset is by Heart's Delight Clothiers, who frequent Renaissance festivals. I don't even think they have a brick and mortar shop. So you can hey everyone, hi. But they do have an online shop, very limited selection of corsets on their online shop, probably mostly because they make everything to order, except for the stuff that they put on show at festivals. So this corset I actually got from the Renaissance Festival. And I love these things. I'm going to scoot back up and put it on for you guys. Adjust the camera so you can see what the hell it is I'm doing. Hello. Maybe can you see? Maybe. I got to put it down a little bit. I'm gonna cut my head off. But okay. So I like these guys because they've got a lifetime warranty. They are heavy. Like, these things aren't mucking around. It's metal boning all throughout. And then we've got these like little side things here, which I love because they really help emphasize hips, especially on people like me that don't have any. And it's super easy to kind of close because of these clasps. So when I put corsets on, I start with the bottom, and you kind of have to play around with it and adjust it so you can get it to fit. The only thing I don't like about this corset is when I try and clasp it, it pinches my belly skin a little bit. I'm gonna there you go, so you can actually see. All right, and then I just kind of try and not get stuff stuck in there. There we go. And there we go. And again, these clasps are great. Ow, ow, ow. There we go. There's the skin. Ow, ow, God. Oh, God. Oh, that sucked. that was skin getting stuck right in between there, and then me just pulling the skin out. But the things you sacrifice for beauty. Okay, so you kind of have to adjust stuff as you're going. But when I cinch my corsets, I keep two little strings out. And I don't know if you guys can see. Ooh, you cannot see. But they are actually laced differently than the rest of them. So instead of crisscrossing, they just go from one loop to another loop, and it just makes it really easy to do. That. So I kind of have to. There we go. Okay. See how these really emphasize the hips, like beautifully. I don't actually have hips like that unless I cinch my waist. And this one is actually a little bit big for me nowadays, because I've lost a little bit of weight over the years. So it's not, I'm not getting the same effect as I would with like a smaller one. But with these, I just tied in a bow in the back. Boom. So this is my pirate corset. And you can see it's like I've cinched it all the way in the back. Ladies who are here, when you are purchasing corsets, you aim for a size that is 4 inches, 2 to 4 inches smaller than your natural waist. I always kind of tend to go for like an even smaller one because you're always going to have leeway to cinch that corset. Like oftentimes I'll go to Renfest and I'll see people with like 4 inches back there, and that's totally fine. Just buy one that will give you lots of play. So unless you're not looking for like a cinched waist kind of thing, then in which case buy one that's like your waist size. But typically, rule of thumb, 2 to 4 inches smaller than your natural waist. So that's the first one. All right, and then to take it off, I loosen the back first before I undo the front, because oftentimes I will forget to loosen the back when I undo the front, and then when I put the thing back on, I can't get it back on. The other thing I like about this corset, again, it's like super sturdy. Like these, you see it. I mean, like, these are not ripping. These are not going anywhere. Okay. And this is one of my most expensive corsets. The Heart's Delight corsets are the most expensive corsets that I own. Again, for good reason. They've got a lifetime warranty. They're sturdy, and they do their job. Hey, Nathan, thank you so much. And Jujubee, yeah, I mean, they do a phenomenal job with these corsets. It's just kind of time consuming to like get them on and off. There we go. And you want to like when I cinch the corset, I try and keep this area kind of open because that's where my ribs are and that's where my lungs are. And if I cinch that too tight, then I can't breathe. And I mean, these are great for posture too. I never slump when I'm wearing a corset. In fact, one of the salespeople at the Renfest told me she owns 9 of these. These are $400 corsets. She owns 9, and uses them as like a back brace because apparently she's got a back injury. All right, next one. This one. Oh, there we go. This one you might recognize from like some of the demon videos that I did, or the rainbow Tess. This one I did not get from the Renfest. I got this one from an Etsy shop online called Corsetary, I think. Far less expensive, still good. Not as good quality as the other ones, but also doesn't have a lifetime warranty. Not as much boning as you can see. But again, it's a good introductory corset, that's for sure, and it's very pretty. Again, very easy to kind of to put on. I agree, Richard. I love corsets. They're gorgeous, and they make you feel pretty. I feel they make me feel pretty. They are uncomfortable. Like I am not gonna like sit here and lie and say that these corsets are comfortable pieces of clothing. They are not. But neither are high heels. You know, lots of dresses are uncomfortable, and I agree. I think these should make a comeback. specifically like Victorian corsets. Like they did that shit right. Okay, so this one again is a little bigger than what I need it to be. I'm gonna go back, same thing, go back and just cinch. And see, I do have a little bit of give here, but not like with the other corset. So I'm not gonna get as big of a wow factor with this one. And you kind of have to like play around with the strings back there to kind of get them as tight where you want it to be. Do the corset dance. It was funny. I don't remember. I think it was this one that I did that video. Like there was a trend going around on TikTok where it was, "You bring the corsets, we'll bring the blah blah. No one likes a waist over 9 inches," right? And like right before she says 9 inches is where like in the video you like just your waist. And I did that with this corset, and I actually got rope burn on my fingers because I did it too fast. So for these, like again, obviously I don't get that same like dramatic kind of flare out that I did with the other ones. So for these corsets, I have 2 of them. I kind of like do one of these. It doesn't look great. That's not how it's supposed to look. But I like the extra kind of waspy thing that I get with these. And this has a little more play. I can kind of move around a little bit more in this one than in the other one. This one was only like $100. Yeah, it was like $100. I might, however, go back to her shop. I think she's based out of Tennessee. Again, she's on Etsy. And just get a smaller one of these because these, I mean, look how pretty. It's a very pretty person. Moving right along. That white one I think is next. So I mean, the like Etsy, Amazon, Renfest. I get my corsets from all over the place. And this next one is my size. This one I used for the winter Tess. It's kind of like sparkly. It is an overbust, which means it's got little cups here for the girls. And again, I mean, I don't think any of my corsets are going to be as like substantial as the Heart's Delight one, but this one comes pretty close. I got this one off Amazon. I don't actually know who makes it because there's no tag. But this one has different clasps. It's, see, am I putting it the wrong way? Yeah. It's got like, let's see, like these little hooks here and these little eyes. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate it. But that's what they make a lot of corset like clasps with. I hate it because they almost never clasp where I want them to clasp, and they're terribly difficult to actually get clasped. All right. I haven't worn this I haven't worn this since December. Okay, so with these, I start at the bottom and make sure I get a good kind of, I catch it at the bottom there. This is why I don't like these. They kind of like bend in. There we go. I feel this song has been playing on a loop for the past like 15 minutes. No? Nope. It's just Pandora is playing the same song for some reason. This is why I hate these. There we go. Okay, there we go. This one is actually kind of long for me. I am short, and I do not have a long waist. Nor do I have big boobs. And this one clearly doesn't do much for me. Corsets, I mean, part of what they're supposed to do, right, is push them up and push them together. And this one fails miserably at that. But it gives me a really, really, really pretty waist because it's super duper flared, like down here. It's very shiny. It is very shiny. All right, and God, I haven't worn this in so long. We're gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna start at the top lace here and just yeah. See, look at that. Look at that cinch. That's a great cinch. And here, if you guys can see, kind of what's going on back there. See, I've got a big space here, and that is okay. That is totally okay. And I want to try and keep it looser up here so I can continue to breathe, because breathing is good. And I want to keep it loose down here so I still have that nice cinch. That nice ratio. I guess that's a good word for it. A good ratio. Okay. So the bottom one isn't doing much for me, so we're going to go back to the top. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. I think that's good enough. All right, and you gotta keep tension on it, or else you're gonna lose all that work. I usually just tie it in a bow. I do not bring the bow around to the front on this one because I don't want to interrupt all the shiny, right? So I don't not love this one. I get a great cinch with it, but it doesn't fit properly. It's a little too loose up here. And when I do this, things that are not supposed to show if I don't really get sure with it. So, but I do still love it. I am I'm seeing kind of like a hole in the fabric right here, which makes me think this is not going to last very long. So I probably shouldn't wear it often. But I quite like it. Yeah, this one's super, super pretty. It's super pretty. And it has give down here if you want it like for big skirts. I feel like you could make a winter wonderland gown with this corset, and it would be wonderful. All right, now we move on. We keep this going. We keep this train going. Ugh. I will tell you, there is not much of a better feeling out there than like wearing a corset all day, coming home and then taking it off. It's kind of like taking a bra off at the end of the day. It's absolutely a phenomenal feeling. Because if you're not used to standing up straight all day, it can be tiring. You use muscles that you're not used to using. And so when you get home and take it off, you're just like, oh, yes. It's great. I see like a lot of people I see going to the Renfest, like don't wear their corset on the way there, and they put their corset on when they get there. But for me, I like having a mirror in front of me so I can see what the hell it is I'm doing. So I just suffer, and I wear the corset for the hour-long car drive to the Renaissance Festival. But I look damn good when I get there, and I don't have to do anything after I get out of the car. Oh man, a gold dress. Yeah, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful, more like a champagne dress. I think that would be beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna be exhausted, but it'll be well worth it. Okay, so next one is another Hearts Delight one. I think I've showed you guys this one during a different live, but I didn't actually put it on. This is the newest addition to my collection. I have been wanting a nice green corset. I have a green corset that just sucks. So I got this one, and it's like kind of brocade. It's like satiny. It's got the ribbons, and it's actually my size. More my size than the other one that I got. So, and this is an overbust, and it actually does the job, unlike the other one. So it pushes the girls up and together. And even though I hate the clasps, Hearts Delight makes it a little bit easier to kind of get them to work. There we go. Yeah, see, that was much easier to put together. But you can see kind of, I'll move this down a little bit. So you can see how they're not, like it's just not clipping in. There we go. Okay. For whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, this is a very well-made corset. But these just aren't, they're not going to work for me today. That's okay. Okay, so she's real loose right now. We're going to fix that. This one, like, I don't like that the ribbons are very pretty, but it makes it more difficult to kind of, like, cinch it closed. Because you get, like, they are not as, what's the word I'm looking for? smooth, I suppose. So like when you pull, these stay loose up here rather than kind of going down smoothly as you like pull these. So you kind of have to adjust as you're doing it. There we go. I love this one because like it's got kind of this. Yeah, there you go. See, yeah, it's all loose up here. I kind of have to bring it down a little bit. I want to say it's the top. It's the top one that's going to give you the good. There. Yep. There it is. Okay. And that's, I think, good enough for now. I could probably go a little bit smaller, but for purposes of this live, I think this is fine. So I really like this one. Because I mean, look, watch, in the light, it looks like I'm wearing armor. It's so cool. I'm like a green Wonder Woman. It's great. I love this. And it's crooked a little bit. But with this one, I don't have to wear a bra because it goes all the way up. And it does its job. Since this is my smallest corset, it is a little bit hard to breathe. But, I mean, look how pretty she is. I wear it with a skirt. I think really the only thing I've done with this corset is wear it to Renaissance Festival. But I've got plans for it. Specifically St. Patrick's Day plans. We'll see how it works out. Oh, cool! Wicked Brew. I don't know. God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to Renfest. Because I got trial at the end. I've got trial beginning on the 28th. And it's actually going forward. And I'm like, it is the source of my stress right now. But we're on like a 3-week docket. So, and I don't know when we're going to go. I don't know when we're going to go until the 21st when we've got docket call. So either we're going to be going the first week, the last week of March or the first week of April. So I cannot make like plans to be at the Renaissance Festival either of those weekends because I'm going to be staying down in another county, which really sucks, which is one of the reasons I really wanted to settle, but it is what it is. Here we are. Midnight Velvet. I'll check them out. Yeah, the color, like the beautiful color, right? Fucking beautiful color. I don't even want to take it off. It's so pretty, but I'm going to take it off. And the next one we're going to try, you guys should be familiar with this one. It is the, dare say, iconic Tess corset. I might even do a bonus and show you the original Tess corset. It wasn't really, well, yeah, it was a corset. It didn't do anything for the waist. It was mostly the boobs. And it was a corset that my mother actually made. She's a very talented seamstress. She's made lots of costumes for me and lots of dresses for me over the years. She used to make, when we were little girls, she used to make us these poofy little like dresses, like poodle dresses or something. And would dress us, my sister and I, she'd dress us up in these little dresses and we looked like little dolls. They were beautiful. I don't know what she's done with them. I can't imagine she threw them away because she keeps everything. Like she kept my brother's first haircut. It's weird. Parents are weird. I don't know. I don't know if I do that. Maybe I would if I were a parent. I'd just like keep random body parts of my child. I don't. Okay. Yeah, this one's like kind of tough to get off too. There we go. I will say, these prevent me from eating a whole lot and drinking, more importantly, drinking a whole lot. And by drinking, I mean alcohol, not water. At the Renfest, because it is uncomfortable to put stuff in your stomach when it is being crushed by a corset. Okay. Next one. The iconic Tess corset. What are we on? We're on 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5? Only 5? I only have 5 of these? I feel like I have more. No, I do have more. I have like 7 or 8. All right, so this is very similar to the other one that I showed you guys with the pink one, because it comes from the same manufacturer, creator, whatever, corset maker person. This is another one that's probably a little too big for me at this point. And I feel like she's probably kind of on her last legs. She's she's been with me for a while. Probably one of the oldest corsets I have. And I think with this one, it's the bottom. Nice. Yep, there we go. I get a better cinch with this one than the other one. I'm not sure why. I think they're both the same size. Just really. There you go. All right. And this one, I like to tie in front. Just to get that kind of extra. And, you know, it kind of looks good with the rest of Tess's costume. So that's kind of what I do. Ooh, my hands are getting all red. Yeah, this is the Tess corset. So as you can see, I love this. This I fucking love. I wish it were like more. I don't know how they do it. Like more like form fitting to here. I feel like I could probably accomplish that by shortening these little strappies here. But like, look how fucking cool it is. This is why I love Victorian style corsets, which I think this is. I think this is like a Victorian style corset. But yeah, this is Tess. Well, awesome. Hey, Paul. Yeah, Alicia. The color was primarily why I got this. It's so freaking pretty. It's I don't know if you can see, but it's like a blue kind of lacy brocade, but it's got this gold kind of sheen to it. It's absolutely stunning. And it's more comfortable than the other ones, probably because it's a little too big for me. But it's sturdy. I mean, I've had this one for 2 or 3 years now. It was only $100, so yeah, love this one. And obviously, oh dear, that's all. It goes quite well with my hat, my newer hat that I got from Scarlet Rose, who is a local hat maker at our Renaissance Festival. But literally, I saw that hat and I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. I'm buying that. It was a very expensive hat. It was like a $300 hat. I have buyer's remorse for sure for most things except Renaissance Festival. I save up like the entire year to go spend more money than I need to be spending at the Renaissance Festival. My toxic trait. It's okay. All right. We're getting there. We're on the second to last one. And this one was a gift from an incredibly generous follower of mine. And I used it for my Valentine's Tess. And this one is the only corset, and it's got all the boning, you can see. This is the only corset that I own that has a zipper closure, which admittedly made me super nervous when I first tried it on because remember what happened with my skin on the first corset I tried on? I was like, oh my God, what if I zipper my skin into the corset? That would be highly unpleasant. But it didn't. It worked out very well. So let's see if I can remember how to. So that's okay. So that's the front. Right, that's the front. Okay, so it's got to go this way. Hair out of the way. Actually, I might have to loosen this more. Oh yeah, yeah. This is another smaller one, more my size, but that just means that I need to loosen it back here a little bit more to actually like get it on. This one came off of Amazon. Who is a manufacturer? Who makes this? We know it's made in Pakistan and that can only be dry cleaned. That's all we know. Okay, I don't know who made this, but it's on Amazon. I'm sure that if you search like burlesque style red corset or really just red corset, this will pop up. And bear with me while I loosen this enough to put it on my body. Oh God, I don't even want to know. That sounds terrifying. Okay. I think that's enough. I think I did that. I think I think we good. And yeah. So let me position this thusly over the girl. Maybe? Did I? Yeah, okay. This is probably one of the more difficult ones to go, just because... Oh, that's why. That's why it's one of the more difficult ones to go. Bear with me. This is a process. This is Okay. I think what I might have to do is actually take my shirt off. I'm wearing a bra. It'll just be like I'm wearing a bikini, but I think it'll make it easier to put this thing on. Ugh. Okay. You guys didn't think you were gonna get a striptease with this, did you? Surprise. Okay. And that way I can see what it is I'm doing, and then I can kind of... She gonna zip. And then turn the corset without it getting stuck on the shirt. There we go. All right. Cue the music. We got it. And it's got these cute little strappy straps. Nice little lacy strappy straps. And these cute little bows. Look at the little bows. And then you just do the same thing I would with any other corset. Another reason I'm kind of afraid with this one is because, like, you're putting a lot of pressure on these corsets when you cinch it. And I feel like with the zipper, it's more prone to, like, rip in that area. I'm just kind of like, I'm waiting for it to happen. I really don't want it to because I love this thing. All right, yeah. So the lower ones are going to be the ones... Okay. Let's do higher ones a little bit. This one also, like the green one, does give me a little more coverage than the white one. Okay, now lower once again. Ooh. There we go. Okay. And one more. There we go. I love this one because it's got great lines. And, I mean, it cinches very beautifully. It would be better if it had those same little, like, openings down there to give me more of a hips. But it's a great corset. It's beautiful, too. I mean, it's very Moulin Rouge-y. And I thought it would go very well as kind of like a Valentine's-y kind of a thing. So this is probably next to the Heart's Delight. I think this is probably my favorite corset just because of the way that it performs. And I don't want to take it off. Like it's so pretty. I know, right? I might need to get more. The manufacturer on Amazon, I think only specializes in corsets, so they have a lot of options on there, and I might actually go on and find just a really cool one and buy it because whatever, I have adult money. Okay, so now it's the taking off part, and this time I'm going to make sure that at least it's loose enough for me to put on next time. I don't have to fuck around with it for so long. All right. This one, I feel like if you wanted to do like a burlesque kind of a look, if you wear like a lacy, like black push-up bra with it, it would look really pretty. Or, I mean, you don't even have to wear a bra at all. Just for those women with larger nipples, it might not cover the top. So you might want to wear like a bra with it if you're worried about that particular thing showing. Okay. There's Joe. Hey, Joe. Yeah, I was just saying, like, this is probably my third favorite corset, next to the two with the lifetime warranties, which I don't think anybody else can make a. I mean, I don't know, but those are the best corsets that I've had the pleasure of wearing in my 30+ years of life. Okay, I think that's enough. That's probably not enough. I'm probably gonna have to fuck with it again if I put it back on, but I don't want to make you guys sit here and wait for me. Where's my shirt? Ugh, that's not my shirt. What the hell's my shirt? Famous last words? Famous other words? Oh, I threw it over here. Totally this shit. Corner pins? It's my favorite. Like, I don't know where that came from, but I had a friend who, like, whenever he was confused, he would just say, "Where are my pins?" And I thought it was the perfect, like, I don't know, saying for being confused, because that's just I don't know where I was going with that. Forget it. Okay, let me fix my hair for a second because it's going all over the place. I'm still growing out my side shave, which is now like 4 inches long. And because I was an idiot and was like, I got bored, I made bangs for myself back in October, and those are still growing out. So now I'm in this like weird like limbo of hairness. That is probably one of the most obnoxious things about me right now. Yeah. All right, last but not least, the waspie. This is genuine leather. Yeah, it's leather. I got it off of Amazon as well. This is my second most sturdy, other than the red one is very nice. It's very sturdy, but not as sturdy as this or the Hearts Delight ones. This is what's called a wasp or a waspie. And it's not. I mean, technically, it's an underbust. Obviously, it's not an overbust. But it doesn't go as low or high as a regular underbust does. So it really just makes your makes your waist look. You look like a wasp. Hence the name. I think I put this on the right way. Yeah, I think so. The problem with this is I can never tell if it's like upside down or not. And this is also kind of a bigger one for me. I could probably stand a bit of a smaller. Yeah, because that's about as far as it'll go. Oh, thank you. I got these pants off of Tipsy Elves, which sell. It's a company that just like they specialize in like holiday themed clothing. So these were St. Patrick's Day leggings. Okay, and with this one, I wrap the strings around like I do with some of the other ones that I've got. This is the 9 corset. This is the corset I wear with 9. This is also the corset I've worn with a couple of Victorian outfits. I'm out of breath. I quite like this. It's a very dominatrixy kind of a corset. Again, I feel like I could probably go with a smaller size, but it works. It gets the job done. It's great for wearing stuff under it. Again, because it's a little bit bigger. And it really, I mean, especially if you wear like super like blousey shirts and like a big skirt, this really will make it give you that kind of waspy like effect. So that's it. Those are all the corsets that I've got. That's not true. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 3 more. 4 more that I just don't wear anymore. I was going to show you guys the original Tess corset, if I can find it. Bear with me. Oh, where are you at? Where are you? My dear one. Where did I put you? Oh, shit. Where did I put you? Oh, no! My table! It's broken! Shit! Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, I got it! All right. So this is the original Tess costume, and this My mother made this. Like, can you believe? Like, my mother made this. Look how fucking beautiful this is. She like it's a collar. It's got like little things on it. It's fucking gorgeous. I'm gonna put it on for you right now. Back in college, I wanted to be a blue jay for Halloween. But I wanted it to be like a fucking Tim Burton style, like circus blue jay. I don't know where the hell I was going with that idea. But I pitched it to my mom and she's like, bitch, I got you. I got you. And she made this corset for views. So it's just gonna little hooks, eyelets, right up at the top. I did not wear this with. I basically allowed my midriff to show. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. So they're crooked, I know, but I just wanted to show you. Like, look how pretty this fucking jacket is. I forgot the pattern she used. I mean, she got it from a pattern from like Joanne Fabric. So like, if you find a pattern, you can make this as well. I'm sure it still exists, but I love this jacket. It's great. I kind of evolved into what I'm wearing now, mostly because of TikTok's out of control community guidelines. They don't like seeing skin, apparently, on that app. At least skin that's not, from a fucking teenager. I'm bitter if you can't tell. But yeah, so I still have it. It's still around. I'm sure I will use it at some point in the future for something, because it's too pretty not to. Yeah, and at this point, it's 12 years old. It's a 12-year-old jacket. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me pull up closer. Scooch. Ow. So those are all my corsets that I have. Some of them need updating. Perhaps I will add to the collection with other stuff as I go on. There's a bunch of really cool stuff out there. There's it looks like a Jack Skellington style corset, and I'm just like, oh my god, that would be amazing for Halloween this year. And I might bite the bullet and get that one and do like a Jack Skellington style Tess. It actually makes me really excited for Halloween this year. But yeah. My mom does rock. My mom is an amazing woman and my best friend, actually. Aside from, no, she's my best friend. My mom. She and I are a lot alike. Yes, I 100% agree with Wicked Brew. In that, Richard, all you got to do is go to Renfest, and they're all there, and they're all just it's a great community of people, the Renaissance Festival crew. I highly encourage you to find a local Renaissance festival, so for the purpose of going and just checking it out and watching all the shows and eating all the delicious fair food and drinking all the mead. Yeah, red and black. It's a very classic color combination. It's one of my favorites. It works very well together. I happen to like balloon black better, but red and black is beautiful. So yeah, we've been going for 44 minutes, I guess. But for the rest of the time, we can chat a little bit. I'm really excited about kind of the shift, I suppose. Like my interests on social media are taken. So I started posting on social media, and I think I talked about this last live, but I started posting on social media about food. I was one of those, fucking millennials that like take pictures of their like food and post it to Instagram. I went to culinary school after high school for pastry, and that's kind of where I started. And the makeup thing really didn't start taking off until 2019. And that fucking blew up, and that was really cool. But recently, I've just been seeing kind of a decline in followers and people being interested in the stuff that I'm doing. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of getting a little bit tired of the makeup and the cosplay stuff. Not that not that I'm gonna stop doing it. I still enjoy it, but um, I'm kind of getting back into like the cooking and the bartending. And I was never a bartender, but I've always loved cocktails. So I'm kind of doing that, shifting towards more stuff like that, and I'm trying to figure out a way to make it a little more compelling than just, hey, watch me make mac and cheese. I'll figure it out, hopefully. Um, yes, blue is my favorite color. That is correct. Oh, cool. That's awesome. So are you in an actual like vocational school, or are you just taking like casual classes? I went up. It was the French Culinary Institute. Now I think it's the International Culinary Institute. It's up in New York, like right in either Soho or Tribeca. It's like Grand and Broadway. And it was like a 6-month program. Um, oh, that sucks. No fairs? Really? In or where? So where? I know you are across the pond, but I don't know where because I thought that they had like a bunch of amazing fairs on that side of the pond. Could be wrong. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Wow. Wow. In LA? Damn, that's awesome. That's got to be. I mean, like when you talk about like a culinary school in LA versus a culinary school in, I don't know, Polk County, like I'm sure, that's going to be a much better school over in LA. Um, in a Civil War reenactment, like I'm sure there were plenty of civil wars across. I'm don't you know what? I'm not even because I'm terrible at history and I've not studied up on Western European history. For purposes of asking you if there what Civil War reenactment you're talking about. Because to me, I think Civil War. I think our Civil War, which Gettysburg and all that good stuff, which was in the 1800s. Oh, Virginia. So, like here, Virginia. Here. Why did I think that you were across the pond? Am I stupid? Yes, sometimes I am, and I apologize for that. Yeah, Renfest. Any like next time you get a chance, go try. The reason I just had that like look on my face was I was like, wait a minute, doesn't Virginia? I thought Virginia had a Renfest. They might or they may not. I know North Carolina has an amazing Renaissance festival. Same with Savannah, Georgia, or around like in Georgia near Savannah. Texas has pretty good Renfests too. I hear. Yes, our Civil War. Yes, yes. Sometimes you don't have to be smart to be a lawyer. Okay. um, Oh my god, Tess's bar? I fucking love that. Yes. Also, if I was not going to be like if I ever stopped being an attorney and was not going to be a mediator, I'm going to open my own bar. It's going to happen. It's going to be a pub. It's going to be like an old-timey fucking pub and there's going to be nerd shit all over the place. It's going to be amazing. And I don't know if it's going to be in Ireland or here. Cuz we're thinking of moving to Ireland, after we retire. But absolutely it's going to happen. I'm going to open my own bar and y'all are going to know about it, assuming that I'm still doing the social media thing, 30 years from now. Okay, very cool. But so yeah, so like I'm kind of shifting more towards like recipes and stuff. And I will make the recipes available to you as patrons on Patreon. And eventually I'd like to go ahead and publish that cocktail book, and you guys are going to be the first to get copies, which will all be complimentary because I love you. Thank you. I appreciate that for all of my stupidity. So I'm going to tell you what I made because I'm very proud of it. And I made instructional videos on them. One recipe, I know my pastry chef would like his ears would be itching if he knew what I made last night for dessert with all my classical French culinary training. And I made mac and cheese, but not macaroni and cheese. I made rotini and cheese because I feel the shape of the rotini pasta holds the cheese sauce better than the macaroni, at least the stuff that I make. But good, I mean, it is almost blasphemously cheesy. My mac and cheese recipe. It's got It's a pound of pasta. It is a half a pound of cream cheese. It is a half a stick of butter, a whole ass pound of shredded cheese, and milk. That's it. I don't fuck around with a bechamel sauce. I don't fuck around with Velveeta cheese. Like I just throw it all in a pot, stir the shit out of it, and then it becomes this like gooey, stringy, just amazing. It's almost like fondue. In fact, I bet if you added beer instead of milk, it would be like a fondue mac and cheese. What? Do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. Shit, you're welcome. But that video is up. Will be up on YouTube. I think I've already posted it to my second TikTok account. So it should be up at least on one of my accounts on TikTok. Go check it out. And then the dessert that I made, yes. Yes, come check out my pub. A mojito. I can also make a mojito because I've gotten the rum, and I'm going to talk to you guys about rum because I know that's exactly what you want to talk about right now at 12:50 in the afternoon on a Sunday. But so the other recipe that I made was, I'm going to fix my hair. It's called a lemon delight, and it sounds every bit of the like 1950s 1960s like packaged desserts as it is. So it is honestly, I was not going to make it. Again, we did role playing last night, and I was just going to be fine with the like smoked pork butt and the smoked sausage and the jalapenos and the mac and cheese. But I tell you, like I was taking my dog out for a walk yesterday morning, and it is glorious. The weather has been glorious here in Florida. Like I wish. Can I show you? Like, can I like take this and not fuck things up and just like show you out the window? I don't know if you guys can see how maybe like this way. I'm sorry, I'm holding this. Maybe I can like zoom in. Whoop. Whoop. Nope. Like look at that sky. Look at that fucking sky. Oh my god. All right, zoom back out. And we're gonna try and put you guys back here. So it's been glorious, the weather. Okay. 17. Oh, 5:51 here. Holy cow. The only reason that I am well versed in, we call that army time here, even though I know it's probably more accurate way to easy way to tell time. The only reason I know about it is because we traveled to Europe. No. Yeah, we traveled to Europe a long time ago, and we kind of had to like get used to it. But when I am calculating the amount of hours that I spend on like a motion or something, I use army time to help me do that because it's easier. Anyway, so I'm taking my dog out for a walk, and it's like beautiful and breezy, and like I'm smelling like the all the flowers down here in Florida that like come in like bloom during the spring, and that also just does all kinds of things to my allergies. But I mean, it smells beautiful. We've got the jacarandas are gonna be blooming soon. We got orange blossoms blooming. Like it smells like perfume down here. And I was like, it's beautiful. It reminds me of spring. It reminds me of the lemon delights my mother used to make as a child. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta make a lemon delight tonight. So I did. And it was my mother used to make that dessert specifically in the summer. She never made it at any other time during the year. It was that, and then she made this grasshopper pie, which is like a chocolate mint pie. Those are the two things she made. And the lemon delight is like a crust of ground walnuts, sugar, and salt. You can add butter if you want, but you really don't need it because almonds have enough oil in them already. Mash it down into whatever, like honestly, you can use whatever you want. You can use a pie pan, you can use a casserole, like a bowl, like whatever. Something big enough to hold a bunch of like sweet shit. Then you take the cream cheese, like a block of cream cheese, and lemon juice and powdered sugar, and you beat the shit out of it until it's all nice and smooth. Layer that on top of the crust. Take packaged lemon pudding, which you make according to the directions on the back of the box. Slap that on top, and then a whole ass tub of Cool Whip. And Cool Whip. Kudos to those who know the reference. I'm sure you could use like legit whipped cream, but why would you when you could just get a tub of Cool Whip and use that instead? Put that on top, and it tastes like childhood for me. specifically childhood during the summer. So I made it last night. And my pastry chef is like rolling, like probably just like, what the fuck? Why are my ears so itchy? Because we didn't touch packaged anything. It was almost like this is in culinary school. There was a like we did it in chapters, so it was like viennoiserie, cakes, chocolate, sugar, and then there was like this little itty bitty chapter about American style desserts, and it was like a carrot cake, a chocolate cake, and then a muffin, and that was it. Like those were the three American desserts that we got to learn how to make, nothing else. And I imagine it's just because I guess America doesn't, their recipes are not up to par to like French pastry recipes or really any other European country. I don't know. Lemon cheesecake. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I did a live, it should be up on Patreon, where I do a tour of all the tattoos. I've got 8. What else? Oh, I was gonna tell you about rum. So I'm getting into cocktails, and specifically tiki cocktails. For whatever, like they are just fascinating to me. The story behind them is fascinating. The history, the drinks themselves are delicious, and they're beautiful, and like the aesthetic. So I don't know if I've ever told anybody this, but well, I mean anybody like apart from family and friends, but the like old Cuba Hemingway like wood boats with the brass fixtures and the palm trees and like the white walls and like the flowy like curtains, that aesthetic, British colonialism maybe, I die for. Like that is fucking, if I could live in that aesthetic, I would, like, absolutely. And I guess, I mean, I live in the right state for it. But I love that aesthetic. And that is kind of, I mean, the tiki drinks, I mean, take like that aesthetic and like ramp it up by like 20 million times, and that's the tiki aesthetic. The tiki aesthetic is kind of like the Disney World of the British colonial aesthetic. It's way over the top, but I still love it because it still has kind of the roots in that very kind of like, I don't know, like descriptors. What's a good descriptor? Like balmy, tropical, like seductive, I guess, kind of aesthetic that I love. You know, the dark wood, the tiki torches, you know, the like the fragrant, you know, sea breeze. Like, am I putting those pictures into your head? I really hope, because I've tried for the past like 5 minutes not to be doing that. So I really love like the tiki, I guess, school of bartending. I don't know. It's not really even a school of bartending. It's just like a chapter of drinks, a category of drinks, if you will. And the basis for tiki drinks is, of course, rum for the most part. There are some tiki drinks that have bourbon. There are some tiki drinks that use gin. But most tiki drinks you're going to see is just rum. And when I tell you, when I like Googled, I'm like, all right, well, what's the best rum to use in tiki drinks, or rums, plural? And it was like 5 billion like hits, all saying different things. But what I was able to gather is there is an overwhelming number of rums out there, from like the white rum to the aged rum, spiced rum, dark rum, overproof rum, agricole rum, Guyana rum, which is just Jamaican rum, Puerto Rican rum. Just so many, and they're all like distilled in different ways. They're all distilled from different types of cane sugar or different variants of cane sugar, molasses, cane juice, sugar. And like each of these different kinds of rum has a different flavor profile. So, and by the way, spiced rums, like apparently bartenders all hate spiced rums. Like apparently that's just like the bastard of the rum family. Nobody likes them. That's not true. Bartenders don't like them. I like them. But I can understand why bartenders don't like them. I'll tell you in a little bit. Yeah, pirate bar. Yeah, no red velvet, which is like an iconic American dessert. I believe it was first created by the pastry chef at the Waldorf Astoria. And then for whatever up in New York, and for whatever reason, it just kind of migrated down to the South and became a Southern tradition. I don't know why. I, I'm sure that if I did the research on it, I would. But anyway, so rums. So overwhelmingly, um, Jamaican rums, over and above any other kind of rum, are used as a base for tiki drinks. And back in the day, back in the heyday of these tiki drinks, which is to say between the 1930s and the 1970s, um, probably before we got to the 60s and the 70s, Jamaican rums were distilled in a very particular way to generate a very particular flavor, which is undelicately referred to nowadays as a funk. And I did not realize that funk existed until I watched How to Drink, um, which is a channel here on YouTube. And guys, Google, like, look up How to Drink after we're done with the live, or now. I don't care. Like, leave now and like look it up. That guy's phenomenal. He explained everything so well, and he's just like this fountain of knowledge. And he's the guy that I watched that was explaining like what this funk was. And he was trying. He was like doing a taste test of all different kinds of rums, and he was trying Ray and Nephew's overproof white rum. Ray and Nephew's is an old Jamaican rum manufacturer. And I happen to have a bottle of it, and let me tell you the story. So like most of the time when I buy rum, at least before I started doing all this research, it was Captain Morgan, it was Kraken, it was Bacardi. Bacardi's really good. Bacardi's an old, originally Cuban rum. And we'll tell you a little more about Bacardi because it kind of weaves into the story of this kind of evolution of Jamaican rum over the years. But so this funk, he's like, oh my God, this is the funkiest rum that I have, on my shelf, and it smells like rotten bananas. And I was like, so they are like, funk is not like just kind of this like nice, funny kind of a term. It's actual funk. Like, it actually tastes and smells like rotten bananas. And he was like, oh yeah, rotten bananas with like just black peels and like fruit flies. And I was like, that sounds disgusting. That sounds gross. But apparently it is a very sought after trait in Jamaican rums. And that was how they were distilled kind of in the past. And then over the years, Bacardi wanted to make, I think, rum more of a sophisticated gentleman's drink, more along the lines of what bourbon was and what whiskey was, and what gin was, pre-prohibition era, or I guess it would be post-prohibition because this was like the 1930s. No. That whole thing I think changed pre-prohibition, where they were trying to kind of make rum more like in the main line, like with the other ones. But anyway, so I don't remember the timeline exactly, but the Bacardi family kind of started that movement where they were like double and triple filtering the rum to take out any kind of funkiness. And they got this very smooth, very kind of a little more sophisticated, less wild rum flavor profiles. You'll get the caramel and the butterscotch and like the brown sugar and like the perfectly ripe bananas rather than the overripe bananas. So anyway, so as I'm watching How to Drink, the guy's name is Greg. As I'm watching him like tell me all these like flavor profiles in this Ray and Nephew's rum, I was like, man, that bottle looks really familiar. I was like, oh shit, I've got a bottle. So I went to my freezer, I got it out, and I was like, all right, I'll put it in a little sipper, and I smelled it, and I was like, holy shit, he's right. It's so funky. It's like it smells like rotten bananas, like ugh. And then I tasted it, and I was like, oh my God. And I had already made a drink with this stuff. I'd already made like a Mai Tai with it. And I remember like drinking the Mai Tai and thinking, this has like a weird chemically, like almost metallic flavor to it that I don't like. And I thought it was like, maybe it was the shaker, maybe it was like the syrup that I was using. I don't know. I like at the time I didn't know what was causing it. Until I watched the video, and then I like tasted it by itself, and I was like, holy shit, that is the funk. That's the funk. Now I personally don't like funk. I'm not into it. But I also wanted to make these tiki drinks as close and as accurately as I could based on like the original recipes. So I did research on less funky Jamaican rums and came across Appleton Estate. I just picked up a bottle of their 8-year rum on Friday, and it's very good. It's very smooth. It's caramelly, it's butterscotchy, it's creamy, it's banana-y. It's just everything you want in an aged rum. It's just delicious. And I got Flor de Cana, which is, I don't think, it's not a Jamaican rum. It's not a Jamaican rum. I don't know where it's from. But I got the 4-year extra secco white rum. It's like fucking cheap. It was like for like a 1.75 liter bottle, it was like $18. But it won a ton of awards, and for good reason, because it's a very good rum. Oh, cool! Wow. Oh, I'll bet that was awesome. The Malibu Distillery on Barbados. Oh, that would be great. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the Bacardi brewery. So Bacardi originated in Cuba. Bacardi was a Cuban family. But they moved over to Puerto Rico, I think because of the impending embargo on Cuba by America, which I'm so fucking bitter about because there are so many good Cuban rums out there that we cannot get here in the United States, which is unfortunate. In fact, when I went to Ireland, they had the Havana Club rum. 3/8, like the 3-year rum was the one that I saw the most in most of the bars there. And I saw it and I was like, what? Because I had forgotten that, oh, yeah, the embargo is just a stupid American thing. It's not like everywhere else has access to delicious Cuban rum except us. And I almost got a bottle and brought it home with me, but I had already filled my suitcase with awesome Aran Island sweaters and knickknacks and stuff. I didn't have room for the rum. But I hear the 3-year Havana Club rum is chef's kiss good. So I guess Bacardi, like right now, is the closest thing we have to like a Cuban rum. I imagine the distilling process has changed and over the course of the years, but for us, that's like the closest thing we got. But anyway, so yeah, so that's my story. I guess that's my life. I hope you guys liked it. I hope the corset trying on was entertaining. And I'll figure out what we're doing next live. I'm thinking, actually, what's going on next weekend? Oh, so next weekend I'm going to a car show. It's called Clean Culture. It's over in Orlando, and we are leaving ass early on Saturday. We're spending the night Saturday night, and then we're heading home on Sunday morning. So maybe what we can do for that Sunday live is we can do cocktail making. Why not? Shit. I'll bring you guys downstairs. You can see my kitchen, and we can put together some cocktails. So I'll do a post on Patreon. You guys can let me know in the comments what cocktails you want to see me make, and I'll try my best to make them. Anything. I'm good to try anything. Tiki drinks, pre-prohibition drinks, simple drinks, bourbon drinks, whiskey drinks, whatever you guys want. Let me know. Ooh, Malibu and lime. Malibu and lime rum, like lime flavored rum, like lime infused rum. That would be delicious. Oh, I'm getting ideas. Virginia from 1861 to 1865. What was Virginia from 1861 to 1865? I feel like I've missed a part of that conversation. Have I tried clotted cream? Yes, I have. And it's delicious. What else? What else did I miss? We'll go through. Yeah, like stout, a good stout. I'm not actually a big fan of beer. I like kind of the sweeter stuff. I only recently became a fan of like wine that wasn't sweet. In fact, my friends used to make fun of me for basically drinking alcoholic sugar water. So beer's not my favorite. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I'd like to develop a taste for it. I have had milk stouts before and like coffee, like porters, I guess, which are not bad so long as they're smooth and like not overly bitter. But for the most part, like if my husband orders like he likes like the red ales and like the IPAs and the sours, and like one time he's like, yeah, it's a passion fruit one. I was like, oh really? And like I just I don't know what it's called. It's not pucker, But like whenever, like whenever you're just starving and you get a whiff of something and like your salivary glands back here are producing so much spit that it hurts, like that. I get that whenever I drink like a sour or an IPA, and it's just not. I'm just like, this is unpleasant. This is not an experience that I would like to repeat. But anyway, so all right, guys. Make sure that I got everything. All right, cool. Yeah, so like you guys will be the first to know if that cocktail book actually is a thing and becomes published. In the meantime, I'll start posting recipes on Patreon for you guys if that's something you're. If you're not, then let me know, like for sure. Like, be like, just don't, tell me, like be like, don't fucking do that shit. That's stupid. But that's boring. We don't want to see that. But yeah. So stuff for something. I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully to make some cocktails. Or maybe just to sit and chat and do like a weekly recap. Be part of my whole stress ball situation as I'm getting ready for trial. And yeah, I'm bad at goodbyes. I can sit here for the next like 15 minutes saying goodbye. Oh, good, great, yeah, cocktail recipes. Yeah, we'll do it. Fuck yeah, we'll do it. All right, cool. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, and I'll do it. I'll make it happen. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend. And I love you. And I'll see you next week.